name is Julie Faith Van Balzer, and I'm here with the ScanNCut2, which is a fabulous machine that I love using for all sorts of paper projects and mixed media projects like this canvas. So this canvas was super easy to do because I was able to cut out my own handwriting, which I think is awesome, along with fussy cutting out all these butterflies, which are a stamped image using the direct cut function. So let me show you how you can work with your own art. Here is a sketch that I did on a plain piece of paper. And what I'm going to do is into my photo scanning mat, which is a non-adhesive mat, I'm simply going to place my drawing. Then I'm going to open the dust cover on the ScanNCut and I'm going to load it in right from the front with two hands, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it in. And then from the home screen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose Scan. Once I've chosen Scan, I'm going to choose Scan to Cut Data, and this has either RGB color or what I really want, because this is black and white, is I want grayscale. So once I've chosen grayscale, I'm going to press OK and start, and the machine is simply going to take it in and we're going to be able to convert it over to cut data. So once it's there, I have several scanning options. I'm going to choose the center, which is region, which puts a cut on each side of my drawn line so that the cut should look exactly like what it sees here. And I'm just going to drag that in really nice and tight so that I can see my image, and I'm going to press save. Now I have several saving options. I can save it into the machine, I can save it to USB, I can save it to PC via USB cable, or I can save it wirelessly to ScanNCut Canvas. I'm going to go ahead and save it right into the machine. It's going to tell me exactly what it's saving it as, and I'm going to say okay, thank you very much, and then I'm going to go ahead and eject my mat. Now I'm ready to go back to the home screen because the ScanNCut is really a choose your own adventure kind of machine, and we want to go on a pattern adventure now. So we're going to go ahead into the save data. We saved it into the machine, so we'll find it in the machine, and I can see if I scroll through here, there it is, there's my gorgeous heart. Now I want to show you something using the editing panel. You can see that red square that's right in there, and this file is actually made up of several individual cuts. So what I want to do is I want to unify them. So I'm going to go ahead and select all. You can see all the red boxes that come up, and then I'm going to choose the unify function, which you can see is a circle and a triangle that are not touching but are unified. Once I choose that, it's going to say, is it okay to unify the patterns? I'm going to say absolutely. I'm very happy with it, and as extra insurance, I'm actually going to save it back into the machine. I'm going to overwrite it because I don't want that file with all the loose pieces. I only want it with all the together pieces that are unified. So once that's there, I'm ready to cut it. So I have two different pieces of paper here that I'm going to cut. Now I'm able to cut two different pieces of paper at the same time because even though one is patterned paper and the other is cardstock, they're the same weight. So they're going to cut at the same setting. So I'm just trying to find a way to fit them both onto the mat. And this also maximizes not only my time, but really my bits and pieces of things that are left in my craft room. I'm going to go ahead and load my cutting mat right into the machine. I'm going to press the background scan button, which is going to enable me to scan in these little scrappy pieces of paper so that I can perfectly place my heart wherever I want it. Once it's scanned in, I can see that I can place heart number 1 right here on the cardstock. But wait a second, I only have one heart, but I have two pieces of paper. What to do? Well, I'm going to go right into the editing functions, and let's say I want to make that heart even a little bit smaller. That's great, and I can drag it over so it really fits on my paper. But I can also make there be two of them. So there you go. There's number 2, and I can drag number 2 right on up there. But let's say I don't want two identical hearts. Well, I can make it bigger, that's one choice, but you know what? I can also hit this aspect ratio button, which will allow me now to squish it. Let's make the height less than the width, so it's gonna kind of get squished down a little bit like that. Totally customizable. So once I'm happy, I'm gonna say okay, okay again, keep saying okay until you get to the cut screen. Once that's there, I'm gonna press start, and we are gonna be cutting out our two hearts. Once it's finished cutting, I'm going to unload the mat. I'm going to pull away the excess paper from both of my cuts, and then I'm going to use my spatula tool to help me wiggle that nice, intricate, beautiful design right off that sticky mat. And once it comes up, you can see this is my design, but even better because I was able to squish it, alter it, change it, and customize it to exactly what I wanted it to be. Remember, with a ScanNCut, you have so much power to make your imagination come to life. See it, scan it, cut it, create it.